Air way too early for the fake. This that real game for real bros. No decaf, no cap. Welcome to Shogun Bros, no decaf. Live every weekday, 6:30 in the morning, Central Time. Did you hear what I said? Central Time. We talk dogs, bloodline building to yard work, from stud talk to the truth behind the pups. This ain't no highlight reel. It's how you really build legacy. Shogun Bros, no decaf. Pull up, pull up, handle yours. This ain't just content. It's culture. Welcome to the Cookout with Toyo, where family vibes meet front porch truth. No scripts, no filters, just heart, heat, and hot plates. Ooh. Step up with elevated perspective, with elevated game for grown men and women building mind, spirit, and vision. And men at work with Pimps Over Simps. Choice. Real convos, no cap, all purpose for the men behind the mission. 3 shows, 1 network, all gas, no decaf. Put no creamer in my... Man, look, Shogun Unlimited, man. Press play and get... Man, come on. Press play. Press play.
Hey, what's happening?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, man. Man. Tell me something good, man.
Man, look, you tell me something good. Golly. Hey, as the youngins say, man, life been lifing. You hear me? It's one of them Monday mornings, man, where everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. But guess what? I just need one thing to go right.
Well, you in the right place, partner.
Cause look, this I'm living what I'm practicing and living what I fucking preach, man. Men at work. I'm always working. When I'm talking to y'all, I'm still fucking working. Whether I'm physically doing something, I'm talking to y'all, but thinking about some whole other shit I got to do when I get off the live. Like this is what it means to be a fucking man, bro. You are bombarded with we are problem solvers, bro. At the end of the day, that's what makes you a great man. Mastering the art of problem solving. That's it. That's what a great man is. He is a great problem solver. When you can become a great problem solver, my brother, the world is your playground. Because everybody got a problem, but everybody don't know how to solve their problem. Information is king. Now, speaking of that, today, bruh, I want to talk about proper money management and that's basically the topic, proper money management. But the foundation of that is what I mainly want to talk about, and that's your I'll call it your financial mentality, right? Your financial mind. How do you view money? How do you think about money? How do you think about resources and assets, right? I think and I'm speaking from personal and also from what I've seen from others, right? Just observing other people and how they manage their money, how they manage their time, their resources, and how I manage mine and the outcomes. And everybody I noticed that is living the life that they want to live and are financially independent, they have great money management skills, right? And that comes from having a structure in place, right? A mental structure more than anything, because everything starts with the mind. So, and I'm speaking from self at this point, right? I know, we all know, right, what our vices are or what our weaknesses are, right? And those are the things that are the main shit that we run from is the things that we need to be running to. Because once we run to them and deal with that, then it makes everything else a lot easier. So for instance, and I applaud Shogun all the time, right? And you as well, about your time management, right? That is something that even to this day is still an issue for me, right? I get antsy, I get excited, I get overwhelmed in some aspects, right? And I just react. You understand what I'm saying? I just react. I don't think shit through. You got to think it through. And I think a lot of times that's where we fuck up as men. You know what I mean? Like we have all the world's wide open to us. Ain't nothing stopping you from doing anything, right? But you. But if that's the case, then that means you need to figure out what roadblocks you're putting in front of yourself, right? So you can remove them. So yeah, so like I said, the topic is money management and or money management practices, right? How do you practice money management? Like, do you have a budget? Do you know what a budget is? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to budget? Do you understand the monetary system well enough to where you can make the moves that you need to make and do the things that you need to do? And I think that's a lot of us, that's really the issue, is that we don't understand the monetary system, for one. Fractional reserve banking. Like, have you even ever heard of this shit? You know what the IMF is? Federal Reserve Bank. Like, we talk about this shit, we throw these words around, but do we really know what these things are, who the founders are, what their agenda is, what the purpose of the founding of the corporation or the entity was, and how its existence can be used in your favor? That's what I think is the issue, is we don't have that foundation. So we trying to build, and I say this all the time, on First Live, you got to have that sound foundation to build on, or else everything you build eventually is coming down. So I push that hard on this channel, man. Getting over childhood traumas and then freeing your fucking mind, yo. I'm gonna keep pushing that shit down y'all fucking throat. I'm gonna keep doing it. It tastes nasty, but what medicine do taste good? What's good for you that tastes good? It don't. It's nasty. Why? Because your palate has to adjust. Your taste buds. You used to eating bullshit, GMO processed bullshit all your fucking life. So that's what your body craving, them worms and the parasites in your body. That's what it's craving. It ain't you that want it, because it don't make you feel. After you eat this shit, you feel like shit, don't you? Feel lazy, you feel lethargic, you tired, feel sick, your head hurt, your blood pressure up, your sugar up, falling asleep and shit. Like, but we keep doing it. We keep eating the same shit. So it's the same thing. You got to change your mind state. When you change your mindset, everything else is gonna follow. Stop spending money on bullshit. We all do it. I'm guilty of it too. But you think, it's just a little $100. Oh, it's just a little $50. Man, it's just a little $5. I'm gonna give you a little scratch off with it. Bro, that shit add the fuck up. If you take the time to really look at your bank statements, and this is another thing that I know as black people, we do not fucking do. We don't do it. I'm going to fuck off. Right? Let me see who in the fucking chat, man. You ain't even stop me, nigga. You just let me go. You go. You supposed to tug the leash, nigga. You supposed to tug. Hell. You supposed to tug the leash.
I'm trying to cook something real quick, man. Make me some egg whites, man.
See what I'm talking about? And best believe, Big A he ain't always ate no fucking. He from this an island boy. How you don't know it's an island boy? You not eat that egg whites on the rock.
Yeah, baby chickens, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but he's adapting, he's learning, and he's expanding his fucking mind.
Yeah.
He wasn't raised to eat fucking egg whites. This is shit that he's learned over the years. Why? Because he realizes that the old way he used to eat didn't work for him.
Yeah.
I don't think Big A, do they know that you used to be you was a fat boy?
Yeah, I used to be like 300 and something. I ain't grow up a fat boy. I became a fat boy.
Hey, we know you ain't grew up. Hey, nigga, we done seen your high school nigga, the football shit, nigga. We know you wasn't a lineman nigga in high school. Damn. Make that shit quick. Yeah, but I wasn't fat. Smoking like a true fat boy. Like, I be correcting niggas too.
I was like 304 pounds at one time, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of guys don't realize, like, and I be trying to tell these youngins, like, yeah, when you young, you got that high metabolism. Yeah, you can pretty much eat whatever the fuck you want, and you know, you can burn that shit up. You know what I mean? Especially if you active, you playing sports, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you can burn that shit up. So it's not really going to affect you when you're young. But if you keep those, this is what I've been talking about. Exactly the perfect analogy. What I've been talking about. If you keep those same habits, that same mentality, and you're getting older, you're not as active, you're not on the field, you're not training, you're not doing the cardio, you're not doing the weight training. You might go to the gym when you feel like it, or, you know, once or twice a week. That ain't enough. You still eating, taking in all them calories, and you ain't burning that shit. So guess what's going to, and that metabolism, the older you get, the slower that metabolism. So guess what's going to fucking happen? You're going to start picking up weight, and it ain't muscle.
Yeah. They say the people that sit down the majority of their life, you know, have shorter lifespans. It's I can't say it how they say it, I can't remember, but it's like you know, if you sit down and, like, you know, you work at a desk and you go home and you sit down, you watch TV, well, everything that you're doing is sitting down, your life expectancy is way shorter than what it should be.
Yep. You know, hey, I'm trying to. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up with the chat.
I haven't even had a chance to look yet. I will in a second.
All right, so don't. I'm going backwards, forwards, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick, what's good? Wayne, what's good?
Wayne Moon, what's happening, bro?
Quick in the building.
Yeah.
When he said Israel got the bread. YNG, what's good? Yeah, man. Nah, what's this the part though.
Mm-hmm.
He said that example of Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix is everyday life for us. It is. And I'm happy you said that, because that's what I'm trying to teach y'all, is what Morpheus was trying to teach fucking Neo.
Yeah.
Nigga, once you fully free your mind. Remember when he asked him in the scene, he said, wait a minute, what are you trying to tell me? I can dodge bullets? And he looked at this nigga in his fucking eyes and he laughed. He chuckled, that sarcastic chuckle, because he knows something that this nigga ain't figured out yet. He said, no, Neo, I'm telling you that when you're ready, you won't have to. That shit went pew right over Neo fucking head.
Yeah.
He didn't get it in the moment. But at the end, he went through all that shit. At the end of the fucking movie, what happened? It clicked. He had the epiphany. Oh, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
I get it now. He snapped it. And that's what I'm talking about. Mindset. You got to go through hell to get to heaven.
Yeah.
You have to. Because if you don't, you're not going to appreciate heaven, and you're getting kicked the fuck out. And you're going to have to go to hell anyway. You got to go through hell. What makes you a great man is going through hell. That's what makes you a good man. All the good men I know been through hell. Dre been through hell. Big A been through hell. I've been through hell. All the niggas that I'm cool with, that I really lock in with, they been through hell. A lot of them still in fucking hell.
Yeah.
But they got their head in heaven, but their body in hell. So they getting a little breather. You know, their head ain't burning up, but you know what I'm saying? They getting there, right? But you have to go through the fire. That whole analogy or what is it? It's not a perv. I can't think of the word right now. But the allegory about the phoenix. burn it up, right? And then it comes out of the ashes, it becomes something new, refined.
Yeah.
What do you do with gold? Gold is not pure. You don't find gold in the ground pure, 100% gold. No, you gotta smoke that shit and cook out all the fucking impurities. Gold is soft. Pure gold is soft. It ain't hard. That's why they gotta mix it. I do alchemy and mix it with other chemicals and other metals to give it solidity. Yeah. Gold is soft. So you gotta go through them flames. You gotta go through hell. You gotta go through the fire. You gotta go through the bullshit. Neo had to go through the bullshit. He had to go through all that shit. Why? Because he couldn't. Some people don't have to, and this is the thing. Some people don't have to go through the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us can just get it off jump. They just, boom, I got it. And it's usually children, and that's why he told Neo. He said, I have to. After he told him what the Matrix was, and he snapped. He's like, oh, let me out. He couldn't accept it. Why? Because he was in his 30s, and he's already low key. Even though he knows that the Matrix don't make sense, and that it's something behind this shit. His 30-something-year-old brain has already tricked himself into believing that this shit is real. That's why Morpheus, when he snapped, they put him in, and notice they locked him in the fucking cell. That was a cell. I don't know if y'all peeped that shit in the movie. Did you peep that part? When every time Neo woke up on them ships, when they first freed him, if you notice, he was in a room, which was just looked just like a cell, with nothing in there but a fucking bed, a bunk, with a pad, roll your mat up, nigga, a mat and a fucking blanket. That was a cell. He couldn't open that door from the inside. Remember, every scene he woke up, he was just sitting on the bed, and I guess they had a camera or something, or they would come to the door, you hear the door, boom, boom. You hear the lock, and then they open the fucking door. He can't come out that motherfucker when he want to. But they had to, because we can't fully trust you, nigga. Your mind ain't free. So you're still crazy. You're still mentally unstable. We can't sleep well tonight knowing you're crazy, nigga. We just took you out of the Matrix, nigga. You still in... Like your brain, you're still transitioning. You're still trying to take all this shit in it and understand what the fuck is really going on. But I digress. So like I say, when he came in that last time, right? He said, I have to apologize. He said, Neo said, for what? He said, because we normally don't free minds once they passed a certain age. Meaning older people have a harder time accepting truth, right? Because they've lived in the lies for so long. But Morpheus understood that even though Neo in his older years, his older state, right, he still was the one. He was the one that if he could free his mind, he would change the whole system. He would destroy it from the inside out. And that's literally what he did. Damn, YNG got me. I went on a whole fucking tirade. But yes, so to that comment, yes, you're correct. But the goal is to not have to even dodge the bullets. Remember at the end of the movie, he just put his hand and he said, no. I ain't dodging shit. No, we're not doing this no more. No. He just put his hand up and the bullet stopped. The agent's looking like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no. Nah. This nigga he done freed his mind. We can't fuck with it. And once y'all get to that point, I'm telling you, life changes. I have family members that shit, I had Shogun. They'll tell you. Everybody think I'm crazy. The way I move, the things I do, people think I'm fucking crazy. Why? Because I live outside of the Matrix.
Nah, you crazy, bro.
I'm not. But and I used to get upset when we used to say that, but what it is now, I understand that the reality that you live every day is not my reality. Because the experiences that you have, even though we may have had similar experiences in life, there's certain things that I have read and learned and then applied and see the results. And I'm like, holy shit, this shit, okay, this shit is a game. It's not real. I made judges get up and leave out the fucking courtroom. Just by talking, using certain verbiage, right? I can have a whole conversation with that magistrate and no one else in the courtroom will know what the fuck we talking about.
Yeah.
I know, I understand I overstand legalese. You get me? Like it's once you know what they know, then it takes the power away from them. The only power that people can have over you is the power you give them. You think these
Knowledge and
people have some
information.
type of exactly. You think these people have some type of power that they don't have. Once Neo realized that, that's what, no. Remember Morpheus told him, he said, I've seen agents punch holes through walls. I've seen men empty clips at them and hit nothing but air. He said, but all those amazing things that they can do, they still exist within a system where there's limitations. They're limited to what they can do. What is the limitation? What is the system? What is the system he's referring to? Jurisdiction. The jurisdiction, in their jurisdiction, they're limited to that. So yes, within that jurisdiction, they are strong, powerful. You can't do shit with them. What is that jurisdiction? The Matrix. What is the Matrix? A construct. It's not real, but you interject your mind, which is real, right? Your brain, your consciousness into the Matrix. So when you go on Call of Duty, you understand that, okay, if I get shot on Call of Duty, do I die in real life? No. It's not real. It's a game. It's a construct. It's a program. Somebody created this shit. I'm not the character. The character is not me. But I need the character to play the fucking game because I can't physically upload myself into this fucking game and be out here killing motherfuckers on Call of Duty. Let me get to these. Let me continue on. Going in, I said, Cliff, what's good? Who else in here? Let's see. Mad Doctor, what's good?
Yeah, man.
Let's try to get everybody. Dickie, what's good? Cliff. Oh, man. I think I got it.
I'm in here now.
Oh, you good? You got them egg whites popping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you good. You good, Wine. He said we talking about money management. But nah, everything, all this shit.
yeah, yo, fam. Thank you, man.
Right. But nah, all this shit is still on topic though. Because it all intersects because all the things, all the shit I'm talking about, all the shit y'all talking about is things that are needed and to be understood, right? In order to have good money management skills.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like once you free your fucking mind, you realize that money, and because this is the thing, and me and you talked about this before. I don't know if it was on the live or we were just talking offline or whatever, but we were talking about let me get it right. We were talking about money management, but I think we got on it Rich Dad Poor Dad, but then damn, I lost my thought. What was we talking about? Something about money management, something about Rich Dad Poor Dad, something about I done lost the thought. But anyway, I know we're talking about the Robert Kiyosaki book, the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I encourage everybody. That is one, but that's in my top 5. When it comes to financial literacy, that's in my top 5. I encourage everybody. I don't give a fuck how old you are, especially if you're young. Definitely if you're young, read that motherfucking book. I'm trying to tell you. And also, if you can afford it,
What book?
The author is Robert Kiyosaki, and the name of the book is Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
It's a great book. Great book. If y'all, and I'm pretty sure you can find, if you don't have the money, and this is what I tell people, a lot of people, man, you know, these books, there's a lot of stuff you go play Barnes & Noble, this, play that for Amazon, this shit be like, it'd be expensive, but I can't afford it right now. Cool. I'm pretty sure you can find the PDF version of that fucking book online somewhere. I'm pretty sure you can find it for free, the PDF form. It's a lot of books that I found online for free, PDFs, right?
Totally disagree.
What?
I totally disagree with that free stuff, and I'll explain it why.
Hold on. Hit me out. I ain't finished. Hold on. I know where you're going. I'm not saying be good with that. I'm saying if you don't have the funds right now at the moment and you want to get that literature, That's what I'm suggesting. But once you get your money right, yeah, you want to get the hard fucking.
Nah, I totally disagree. Totally disagree, man. Because every day you have people that's trying to hustle, trying to build a mountain off of mustard seed. Every day you have people playing the lotto, wishing on a star. Every day you have people trying to take $1 and make $1. I mean, take 15 cents and make $1 out of it. You know what I'm saying? These are all investments that people are attempting to do. The reason why I say it shouldn't be free and you shouldn't go about it the free way, you know, is because people don't take free as something serious. If you, I'll give you an example, Mr. CEO. Mr. CEO, I need you to give me all the knowledge that you have obtained dealing with the Moors, right?
I know where you're going with this. Hold on, I agree with you.
Let me finish though. Let me finish.
I agree.
So I'm coming to you and I need this information. So you're going to take 2 hours out of your day, 7 days a week, and you're going to teach me for free. Now I show up, I'm not taking it as serious as I should because I haven't dug in my pocket and put my hard-earned money into there. And a perfect example, and you were speaking of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book that you should read prior to Rich Dad, Poor Dad is The Richest Man in Babylon. And he speaks of this also. You know, when you start talking about these type of books, you can go spend $10, $7, used books, get $5. This is something that you can do. And it costs. When you invest in your future, it costs time, it costs knowledge, it costs information, it costs heartache, it costs a whole bunch of stuff. But are you willing to pay that cost? Because free ain't gonna get it for you. So if you really want to take an investment, if you had $100 to your name and you wanted to do something with that $100, I would suggest you buy 10 books for $10 a piece. And I could give you a list of books that you could read. One of them would be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Another one would be The Richest Man in Babylon. Another one would be the 7 Laws of Success.
Hold on. They bite. I'm trying. If I can't write it down, hold on. All right. Okay.
I'm just saying it's a list of books, and I can go through. I'll go through and I'll pull up a list of books. But that's where your investment comes. That's where your first investment starts.
Give me your top 3 that you would suggest.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. So I'll break down part of the first chapter in Think and Grow Rich, right? And this is a true story. So this guy, this is during the gold rush out west. So he goes out to the west. First of all, what's up? What's up? You about to say something? Okay, well, I'll continue. Look, so he's going out west for the gold rush, and he's working a dead-end job.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. My connection's in and out, so if I don't, yeah. But go ahead, I can hear you now.
Okay, so he's working a dead-end job. So he goes to his family members, and he borrows money from his family members. When he borrows money from his family members, now he's got the pressure, the weight of having to be successful in his venture out west to go get gold. He goes and buys the top of the line equipment with not his money, OPM, other people's money, his family's money. He goes out west. He buys the top of the line equipment of that for that time frame of that date, and he spends a year out there. he's digging holes, and he finds a river, and that's where he at. And he found a little bit of gold by that river. And he's doing his math, and he's digging goals on one side of the river, then he goes to the other side of the river. He's sleeping out there. You know what I'm saying? He's fully committed. Everything that he has is invested in this. And a whole year goes by. And he digging and he can't find anything, man. He, now he's starting to feel the pressure of failure, the pressure of it's not working, and the whole nine. So now he's thinking of his way out, and his guy's passing by, and he asked him, because it's the gold rush. He asked him, "Hey man, you find any gold over here successful?" He's like, "Nah, man, ain't no gold over here." But he did his math. He did the correct math. It should be gold there. So, long story short, he's like, I give up. He sells the equipment that he borrowed from his family so he could try to give his family members back something. Sells it to the guy. The guy has the equipment. He knows that this is a good area, but he knows that, hey, all I need to do is go get somebody who has has better knowledge on this information than me. So he goes and does that and strikes gold. Not just any gold, the biggest gold in that, he found the biggest gold in that area. And part of the moral of the story was, when you have these ideas, when you have this with this passion or whatever it is that start this business plan, whatever, and you drive and you dig and you're not hitting gold, and then a lot of people give up. And these type of information, but the guy who sold the equipment took that lesson and learned from it. And this is a true story. So he became, and from that, he went and started selling insurance, the one thing that he dreaded in the world. But this time he had a whole different presence with selling insurance, and he became the top. He sold, the top selling guy in the nation selling insurance, and made it that way. But the more, the moral of the story, it got information like that to kind of give you reassurance as far as the direction. Now, notice I didn't say anything necessarily about finances, because a lot of these things people are looking straight at the money, and it's not the money. It's not the money. You focus on the wrong thing. And this type of information, can help people, and that's just like the first chapter in that book. But these books will give you the information that you're not going to get talking to your circle. Even though your circle might be knowledgeable, might be feeded, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, but certain things you need to see from a different perspective. And Sister Soldier said it best, man. She says a man can learn anything, learn a different language, learn anything if he has the patience to sit still. The patience to sit still. Right now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right now, we don't like our attention span is 10 seconds or less.
Facts.
It's 10 seconds or less. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, when you start talking about financial freedom, financial management, financial growth, all of that, it starts with you taking the time to invest in yourself. And you'll sit up there and go buy the cigarettes, you'll go buy the weed, you'll go buy the drink, you'll go buy this, go buy that, but you won't go spend $10 and buy a used book for the betterment of your life. That book might change your life. The information in that book might be the information that you need to get, because look, if we're taking a test, if we got to take a test, bro, and I didn't study for the test D, Mr. CEO, you ain't study for the test D at all. And then you go and then we walking together, we kicking it or whatever. And you like, man, I ain't study for I ain't gonna take it at all. So you get a zero, a straight zero. I'm going in there. I'm about to freestyle. I don't know. A, it's a multiple choice. I'm going A, the next one B, the next one C. I'm just freestyling the whole way. And I get a 25%. Bro, I got 25% out of 100. You got a 0. 0 effort promotes 0. You know what I'm saying? 0 results. So a lot of people be talking. But how much have you invested in yourself? No, for real, like taking everything aside, all the BS aside, how much have you sincerely invested in yourself? Because a lot of people, and I'm gonna keep saying this, shout out to J. Cole, you came a long way, but you went the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sitting back, taking things abroad, like I don't have conversations with my peers and going into to this and that from a learning perspective. We build off of each other and we learn from each other. But I go to a source and gather this information. Now I have learned this information. I have studied this information. Now I'm applying this information. It is working for me. Hey, Mr. CEO, this is what I learned. This is such and such and so forth. It counts. It means something. I can show you this. We're not going to a circle and being like, hey, man, I heard this. If you try this, if you try that. So now I'm your guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I go outside and I tell you, hey, man, it's raining cats and dogs, you going to believe me? Or you going to see for yourself?
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking about financial management, financial freedom, and all of that stuff, and I'm growing day by day as it is. But how many times have y'all taken the time to sit up there and read? Like actually study. I'm not talking about an audio book. I understand audio books. I get it with your time frame and the stuff that people have going on, but it's a difference between listening to something and studying something. That's a difference. So you can say, hey man, I read all these audio books, I do all that. You're not sitting still long enough to do that. Some people might, you know what I'm saying? So right. The purpose of an audio book is to do this, to grab what little information you can, or get abroad of it, whatever it is, and try to use that information as is. That is not studying. You pulling from the pool and trying to apply it. You gotta study. You gotta take this stuff in and take it to heart. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how it goes. But we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to find a shortcut, try to find this route, try to find that route. And you know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. The ones that get the furthest is the ones that take inches instead of feet.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, this nigga did cook the meal, then cooked us. God damn. Cooking today. He cooking all types of ways. But no, I agree, bro. I agree. Yeah. And that's a lot of my frustration comes from that because the things that I know, I know it because I applied it to my life.
Yeah.
Right? I took in the information and I applied it. And then once I applied it, then now I know. It's the difference between having information and knowing, right? I know what I know. Knowledge. So I can cite my sources. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm knowledgeable because not just that I read something, but I read it and I applied it. And I know that this is what it is because I've done it.
Yeah.
So when I tell y'all certain things, I'm not telling you what I've read in the book. I'm telling you what I read in the book and I do daily.
Yep.
You understand? So I have a foreign trust. I have all this shit set up. So it's like I'm trying to share the wealth. I'm trying to put my people on so we all can eat. We all could be good. Because what the fuck does it benefit me to be the only competent man in my family or the only competent man in my community, in my nation? It don't. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that know what I know and more, but they not using those resources to help their people. And when I say that your people, I'm not talking about people that just look like you are the same nationality or the same, pedigree or bloodline. No, that makes them related to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
They don't have to be melanated. Yeah. Fuck with you. Because I know that you hold your morals, your principles, your values, the things that I stand for, you stand on that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can respect you as a man because I respect myself enough not to do certain things and to put myself in certain situations around certain people. Because I know what the outcome is going to be. Like I said, I done been through hell. I ain't trying to go back. I know what that fire feel like. I know what the pain and I've been through it. I'm still going through it. You know what I'm saying? I go back to hell every now and then.
Yeah.
But I need that to remind me of how valuable heaven is, right? And the fact that all the shit that you went through to get to heaven, don't forget it. Because when you forget it, the pride come before the fall. When you forget it, that's when the bullshit starts. That's when you fuck up. Everything you built comes crumbling down. And you got to rebuild again. But that's why I always go back to what I said originally about your foundation. Your foundation has to be sound. And everything Big A just said is dealing with your foundation. That's your foundation. Man. Doing that work.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I could tell you tip for tat, step for step, things that I do or things that I've known or whatever the case may be. But I tell people just like when it comes to like working out or eating healthy or whatever, I could tell you what works for me, but that doesn't mean that it will work for you. My simple thing is, look, you got to do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, if I tell you, hey, go do this, and it worked, you know, then you coming back to me like, okay, what next? You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't work. You know, now you going off of the information that I gave you versus what you know. We always want somebody to just tell us, hey, just give it to me, man. Just tell me the information I need to know so I can go do what I need to do. And you know what I'm saying? I play around and stuff. I do that with you, you know what I'm saying, Mr. CEO, but I know exactly what it is, man. Like, you could give me information and I'm taking that information. Now I'm in a circle with my peers or with somebody else, and I'm passing that information on. There's no nothing to it. There's no, you know what I'm saying? I have no solidness to it. I'm just going off of what my partner told me. And I don't know if it's true or not. Like, I might believe it, or I might just take your word for it, whatever the case may be. And it doesn't work like that with finances. It doesn't work like that with a lot of things in life, man. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like me giving you directions to go this way, and I say you go up the street and make a left. I just gave you the first turn. Now you got to figure your whole way out to get the rest of the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I just told you, go up the street and make a left. I just pointed you in the right direction. The best thing that you can do is do your own research, because, hey, you might go into something, because this is a journey no matter which way you go. But you might get into something and you might see something completely different that I didn't see. Or you might, or the way you look at things, the way your brain is set up, you might be a left brain person, a right brain person. The things that you need or you want out of it might be completely different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. Like, instead of, like, we are in the age of information, but I'm still a firm believer, man. If you're not studying this information, then you're not and not applying this information. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't use it, you lose it.
Because I can tell you right now, when I was on my Hebrew Israelite shit, bro, I knew that fucking Bible, that Apocrypha, that damn, all that shit, front to back, back to front. You hear me? Now, I still remember it, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you now, because you not practicing it.
Exactly.
In order for that to be happening, you have to practice it on a regular basis. That's why moral law is so important. Because if you don't practice moral law on a regular basis, it's irrelevant.
Yep.
It's just a topic of conversation. Well, I'm Christian. I don't see it.
Right.
I'm Muslim. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm Muslim. I don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm this. I don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We deal with these dogs and stuff. People say, hey, man, I'm a dog man. I don't see it. You see people say, I'm this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't practice what we preach, then I mean, like, that's the basis of things. imagine me sitting up here, and I mean, that's why I don't go too far in the financial. You know, I always talk about the basis, the foundation of the things that you need to do to set yourself up to go wherever direction you want to go. But I'm not a millionaire, bro. Right. How am I gonna tell you what it feels like, how to get $1 million, and I never touched $1 million?
Right.
How many boys you know sit around you and sit up here and have these money making schemes, in the whole nine? Bro, they were talking about blues on my partner Toyo show. You know what I'm saying? Blue dogs, right? Well, my whole question would be, because I was working out, I couldn't say anything. How many of y'all have blues right now? Show me a blue on your yard today. Right now. I don't want to. It had and have are two different things.
Right.
Show me what you have on your yard now. I don't want to hear nothing about no blues if you don't have them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If we not practicing what we preached, and what are we doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, the moral law in the way that you wake up, the way that you put your pants on one leg at a time, the way you lace up your shoes, everything counts. It takes 30 days to build a bad habit. It takes 30 days to break a bad habit. It takes 30 days to build a good habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, show Samurai, what's good?
Hey. Yeah.
I be trying to keep up with the chat, y'all. Casino in the building, what's good?
Yeah, man.
Jerry, what's good? Jerry said, "Real, you talking that shit, bruh?"
Yeah, man. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it's. I want y'all to. This is needed, man. This is needed. These are things that when, you know, I'm out and about, I'm starting to see and hear our people talking. You know, I'm hearing the topics of discussion, and it's changing. You know, it ain't just motherfuckers talking about sports and you know, celebrity gossip and, you know, a whole bunch of bullshit. Niggas are talking about, you know, finance. They talking about money. They talking about credit. They talking about real estate. You know what I mean? They talking about politics. They talking about, you know, shit that normally wouldn't be spoken about in groups of, you know, our people.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't nothing for me now to be, you know, let's say I'm in Baltimore. I'm on the Avenue, you know, and I'm hearing young, you know, they talking about, yeah, they on the Avenue, you know, but they talking about some whole, and I'm like, and I jump in their conversation, all that shit. They be looking at me kind of crazy at first, but then when I start talking, they're like, oh shit, OG, you know, yeah. But that makes me feel good, because it's like, you know, it's giving me hope for the future. You know, it's a lot of youngins out here they gonna get caught up with the bullshit. They're not gonna make it. You know what I mean? But I do see a small percentage that does give me hope. If that makes sense. You know, they do give me hope, because it's I understand, overstand, and understand that at the end of the day, you always gonna have this universe is balanced. So nothing will ever be perfect, right? Well, it can be. And perfection is really balance. That's what perfection is. Balance.
Yeah.
You don't want too much good, you don't want too much bad. You don't want, you know, you want it balanced, you want it centered, right? And then that's where perfection lies. So I'm seeing it, because it was looking unbalanced for a while, for some shit, damn near a decade to me, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm starting to see a larger influx of our people, young and older, that are just tired of the bullshit. Like Casino, for instance, that made me proud. It made me feel good just to hear his perspective and hear how, you know, he may have been living his life in a way that even himself he may not have approved of, but at the time that's what he knew. You know what I'm saying? But he did the work to make himself better, right? He did the self-work, he did the shadow work, he did the, you know, he read books, and he did the things that he needed to do to get himself out of that condition or out of that situation.
Yeah.
And so and I believe he said he was in his 30s. Correct? If he's still in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you said you was in your 30s. But I know that's around the time, you know, late 20s, early 30s. That's around the time when I just couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something. This ain't it. I'm seeing people my age, my peer group, and older or even younger, you know, they progressing and they doing things and have things and accomplishing things that I ain't even nowhere near, you know, accomplishing or you know, it's like, damn, the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of times that's usually the issue. It's like, and that's something too. That's foundational as well. Before you can even think about making money or figuring out the monetary system and trying to understand money or credit or taxes, whatever, starting a business, any of that shit, you need to do the foundational work.
Yeah, I was saying,
figure out
how can you jump into that and you can't read?
Right. Yeah, right. Right. But not just read, and I'm happy you said that. Not just read, but reading with comprehension. It's one thing to see words on a piece of paper and be able to pronounce the words, but do you understand, and understand what you are taking in, that information? If not, then you're not reading.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah, he said he's 32. Okay, so the 32 years old, and for him to have the mindset that he has, I wasn't even with Casino at. Just listening to him talk at 32, I was still on the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the process. I was in and out. You know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What you call it? Hey, Cliff, say, what y'all brothers think about the unique meteor sighting that was visible in broad daylight across 7 states on the 26th? I think Casino said somebody in his neighborhood caught a piece of that. Went straight through their house. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. See, that's another thing. Y'all be putting me on the, a lot of shit,
Yeah, it's supposed to be a big meteorite about the size of I think 10 football fields or something like that. They say it's supposed to be geared towards Earth. In 10 years or something, it's on track to hit Earth.
Now come on, Big A. Come on, Big A.
I'm not playing, man. I'm dead serious. But they got 10 years. Like, man, speaking
what, so
of
how okay, so what hold on.
Man, it's this movie they got on Netflix up there or something that's about it talk about that stuff too. It's a funny movie too, man. I forgot the name of it. Yeah. What are you about to say?
So you telling me that they have the capabilities of knowing about a meteorite that's supposed to strike Earth in 10 years?
Yeah. I believe it too, man. Y'all call me crazy, whatever. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But
okay, but this is why I say that.
It's math and science combined, man, because it was at this point in time. I'm not a scientist. Y'all take it with a grain of salt. So I might not be accurate, but they got cameras that can see, past the galaxy and so on and so forth, man. It takes a long time for information to go back and forth or whatever, but they can do the math and tally things up or whatnot. But yeah, it's geared to hit the Earth in I think 2030 something. Yeah, y'all can look it up, man. It's out there. What's that science guy, the black like rocket scientist or whatever his name is? He talked about it often.
So this my thing. The moon landing was staged. I would love for anybody listening to prove me wrong. We are under what's called the firmament. I'm looking up at the sky right now, and it's blue. That's the firmament. Hold on, hear me out. Because you said you wanted facts. You said you want me to cite my sources. I'm citing my sources. I go look this shit up yourself.
Go ahead, though.
Fuck it. You want to get us banned? You want to get us fucking shut down? Fuck it. Let's do it. So look, no, fuck it. Fuck, you done talk your shit and let me talk my goddamn shit. So now,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You have what's called what do they call it? It's something Valen Belt. But basically, it's they can't get to space, but the Van Allen belt, that's what it's called. But before you can even get to the Van Allen belt, you would have to get through the firmament, which they have not been able to get through. And this is the thing. What, the firmament?
Yeah, you gotta explain. What are we talking about? You gotta explain it to me.
So the firmament, they talk about the firmament in Genesis, right? Now, if you look up at the sky, if anybody that's listening right now, if you out, I'm in my car. So if you outside right now, and if it's daytime where you at, look up at the sky. The whole sky is a shade of blue, right?
Okay.
It's always been blue, right? Since you've been born, the sky's always been blue. Why is that? Why is the sky blue?
It's what you call it? It's not really blue. It's it's your eyes see blue. I forgot what it's called, but your eyes see blue. Yeah.
Your eyes see blue. Why blue? So why do the trees look green?
Man, my homeboy was a 1%er or whatever you call it.
5%.
5%. I say 1%. Man, I was around a few of them, man. He said, "Boy, I can tell you the reason why water wet, grass is green, and the sky is blue." And then he goes through all that whole number sequence and man.
Nah, I ain't gotta go that deep into it. So look, I'm gonna make it simple. Y'all can Google the because you know the Freedom of Information Act. So y'all can Google what is it called? Operation High Jump. It's self-explanatory. If you read that I think the CIA or FBI, I forgot what agency that document's out of, but it's called Operation High Jump. And Operation High Jump is basically them trying to bust through, shooting nukes, missiles, all types of shit up to the firmament to try to bust through it, to get through it. Now, what they don't understand is, if you read the Bible, it says that God created the heavens and the earth. He created the waters below and the waters above. So we are literally in, when they say the earth is flat, it is, but not in the aspect that we thinking like you just fall off the end of it. No, it's rings. All right, for instance, like the UN, the emblem or the symbol for the UN, right? That's the real map of the world. The original map of the world is flat.
Yeah.
You have realms, what they call realms, which ain't nothing but rings. So it goes outward.
Yeah.
Now, there's a peace treaty amongst all nations on the planet. The only current today standing peace treaty that exists, that no nation has broken. They all are in agreement. They all have honored that treaty. The only treaty that all nations have honored. There's been a lot of treaties, right? And it's the Antarctic Treaty. I want y'all to also look that up. You can Google that. It's called the Antarctic Treaty.
Yeah.
Now, all nations have agreed to stay the fuck out of Antarctica. Now they can go.
Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
I'm being dead serious. All games aside, would you go to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Man.
See, but I know things that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the confidence I have, I actually want to go to Antarctica. There's actually some people out there that I want to meet, and I'm sure they want to meet me as well. That's why I say, if y'all you want to go there, we can go there. But y'all just gonna think I'm crazy than what y'all already think.
If you could get a job working with those people down there, would you?
But see, I wouldn't need a job down there for those people. And those people, they're here as well. They travel back and forth. They're not aliens. They're not, they're all they are your ancestors. I'm letting y'all know up front. Because there's some shit that's going, you might see that what Pac say, it's a lot of things y'all gonna see. It's gonna make it hard to believe in the future. But nah, it's real shit though. So I'm not trying to get off topic. I really did. We talking about finance, but the firmament. You asked about the firmament. So you can't get through it. So when they say they went to outer space, they taking trips, Gail and all these other motherfuckers. Oh, we go to Mars and we go to the moon on the weekend. That's every weekend. We go to turn up on the moon. They're lying. They're all lying pieces of shit. All of them. NASA is a fucking lie. If you look up the word NASA I ain't even getting all that. I ain't even getting even the symbol. I ain't even getting all that. Like y'all can go do your own research. I ain't giving y'all shit. Y'all, I had to learn this shit, figure this shit the fuck out. I'm gonna give y'all the, like Morpheus said. I can show you the door, but you got to be the one to walk through it.
Yeah.
So like I said, for the firmament, it's called Operation High Jump.
So you believe the Earth is flat?
I don't believe nothing.
So I got another question there.
What's up?
Elon Musk has that passenger thing that'll take you out of space. Would you go?
Okay, you once again, my brother, you can't go out of space.
Would you go? Yes or no? Would you get on it and blast off into the sky?
No. With Elon Musk, no, because you'll probably never fucking see me again. No. And if you do see me, it probably ain't me. So no, I wouldn't go anywhere with Elon Musk. That motherfucker's insane. No, I wouldn't go anywhere with that.
Hey, Union County, what's the name of that movie? I don't know. You hear him, Tony? You hear him, Tony?
What?
Tony said, Lord. The Earth is flat, bro. And we never been out of space.
Okay, think about this. This is what kills me with people that have issues, because I know we would from childhood we've been taught these lies. Certain shit just don't make logical fucking sense. If the Earth is round, how the fuck does the water stay in the ocean on the bottom part of the Earth?
Gravity.
Okay, now I knew you would say that. Now, gravity. Okay, let's deal with gravity. Now, there's gravity keeps you on the ground, right? That's what keeps you from floating up into the sky, right? Gravity. The heavier you are, the more weight, the more gravity, right? The more you are held down, the heavier you are. So if you 100 pounds, you most likely can jump higher, or you're not as weighted down as somebody who's 400 pounds. So just doing jumping jacks, you can come off the ground easier, right? Maybe let's say 6-7 inches up off the ground, just by a little light jump, versus somebody 400 pounds. It's gonna take a lot more energy and effort to get all that mass off the ground 6-7 inches. Now, how much do you think the ocean weighs, all that water?
I can find out.
Okay, so think about how much water is in the ocean. Now, if you take a glass, a cup, bottle, anything, right, that's full of water, and you got it upright in this container, the container is going to hold the water, right? Water levels out to whatever it's in. It's going to find its level point. Now, if you take that cup and you flip it over, what's going to happen to the water?
Yeah.
It's going to pour out on the floor. So now, if the world is round, right, the bottom part of the Earth, right, and the scientists say, oh, well, we're spinning at like 1,000 miles per hour. Bro, okay, let's go with that. The world's spinning and whatever, and that inertia and gravity, all that, that's what's keeping everything not just floating around and falling to destruction, right? Okay, cool, let's run with that. Now, okay, so what?
Hold on. The fundamental reason why water is held down on Earth and doesn't float away into space is gravity. Here's a more detailed explanation. Gravity is a universal force. Gravity is the force of attraction between any two objects that have mass. The more massive an object is, the stronger its gravitational pull. Earth is an incredible massive object, and its gravity exerts a powerful pull on everything around it, including water molecules. Pull towards the center. It's helpful to think of gravity as not as pulling down, because down is relative, as changes depending on where you are, spherical Earth, but as pulling everything towards the center of Earth. So whether you're in North America, Australia, or anything else, water and everything else is constantly pulled directly towards Earth's core. mass of the oceans. The sheer volume and mass of Earth's oceans means that the collective gravitational pull on all those water molecules is immense. This force is strong enough to keep the vast bodies of water contained on the planet's surface. At atmospheric pressure, while gravity is the primary force, the Earth's atmosphere also plays a supportive role. The weight of the atmospheric gases, also held down by gravity, creates pressure on Earth's surface, which helps keep water in its place and prevents it from easily escaping into space as vapor. Earth's rotation. The Earth is constantly spinning, which creates a slight outward centrifugal force. However, this force is incredibly weak compared to the Earth's gravitational pull. For context, the centrifugal force at the equator is only 0.3% of gravity. If Earth were spinning fast enough to overcome gravity and fling water into space, it would be spinning so fast that the planet itself would likely tear apart. In essence, the immense mass of Earth creates a powerful gravitational field that continuously pulls water molecules and everything else towards its core, preventing them from drifting off into the vacuum of space.
That was the biggest crock of bullshit. The cite that source. That was the most intricate, detailed bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. You intricately said nothing. None of that made no fucking sense. Well put together, well thought out, well worded, but bullshit. Now cite that source. What was that? Google? ChatGPT?
Yeah, Google. Yeah, man. Yep.
Look, Quick talking about digging. I ain't digging Quick. I done been down that motherfucker. I'm talking about so deep that I got lost. Quick. So I had to keep going because I'm like, God, dude, what the fuck? I don't even know if I'm going back the right direction. Like, what the fuck is... And I was down there for years, Quick. I'm talking about when I came out that motherfucker, Quick, nigga, I had a Santa Claus beard. My hair was, nigga, the ass motherfucker, damn, nigga, your hair got long as shit. Them extensions. No, this real, nigga. That's how long I've been down that motherfucker. My shit down to my back.
He started that boy with ball. He had a fade, man.
I had a fade, nigga. A temple taper fade, nigga. I got goddamn... Man, Bob Marley locks and shit. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like it's certain
shit. Never had this conversation before, man. so the world flat. Oh man.
All right, the best way I can explain it. Think about it. Remember the little teeter-totter toy we used to play with? I don't know. Some motherfuckers might have been out of style by the time the 80s babies came along. But I had a little teeter-totter toy, like a little top. You spin it.
Yeah,
it's got the little sharp axis on the bottom. It's circular. It looks like a little spaceship. You spin it and it spins.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Or think about a compass, like a real compass. Mm-hmm. That's the planet. That's the best way I can describe it. That's the planet. So when I say it's flat, that's the best way I can describe it. That's what it is. The compass. That's why a compass works. That's why you're able to use the compass. How could a compass work on something, a sphere or something circular?
Explain this then.
Hold on. Hear me out. How can a compass work if I'm trying to navigate and I'm using a compass? If I continue to go north, eventually I'm gonna go off the planet.
No, you not.
If it's circular, how can I not? Okay, hold on. Let's go to this is the basic. Okay, you think about a sphere, a circle. It's 360 degrees. So if you draw a straight line through the circle, right, at the top, the middle, and at the bottom, how the fuck, if I'm at the top of that sphere, that circle, right, can I go north, south, east, or west and continue to go that direction and not end up off of the planet? At some point, I'm gonna get to the curve of the circle. You can't keep going curved because now you're going. If you're just going to start going down, which means what? Now you're going north south, right? It would be north south because you're going north, but now it's turned into south because now you're going down.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes no sense.
No, it makes no look. So how can a plane fly? Yeah, casino. Hey, how can a plane fly from one place, like flying from Cali to New York, and fly from New York back to Cali in one way would be quicker than the other because of the curvature of the Earth, right? You know what I'm saying? So you,
all right, for instance, so you flown. This was killing me. No, listen, this was killing me with you.
Time out.
What's
so
up?
Are you saying the Earth has no curvature, no nothing?
What I'm telling you is that when you get in the plane, how many times? Hear me out. Huh? How many times have you been on a plane and you've looked out your window and saw a curve?
Look, okay. This is it, bro. Time out. You need to go to the North Pole and you need to go to the South Pole. That you got to go to the North Pole, you got to go to the South Pole. Explain to me how Alaska has 24 hours of sunlight. In certain places in Alaska, it has sunlight. There's no darkness for 3 months straight. And there's
You're absolutely right.
In Alaska where it is dark for 3 months straight.
Right. So how is that possible if the world's round?
Because it's got curvature. The world is round. The world is round because if it's okay. So check this out. So if the light, if we're spinning a ball around in a circle, right, and you go to the furthest point north, the tip of the ball, and that ball is spinning in a circle, you get the same light 24/7. You get there is no like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go to the left a little bit, you're gonna get some shade. If you go to the right a little bit, you get some shade. But if you are the smack dab in the center of that bad boy, the light is gonna shine the same way all day, all night.
Look, Big A, we could do this all day. You know why that don't make sense? Because if the world's spinning, right? Hold on, listen. If the world's spinning, how fast is the world spinning? No, I'm asking you, how fast is it spinning?
I'll find out. Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
It's at 1,000 and something miles per hour that they say that the world is spinning on its axis, the planet. Okay. Now, if that's true, if you jump in the fucking air, don't you land where you took off from?
Okay, I got one for that. Okay, so check this out. So look, if you on the back of a truck with an open bed and you jump off of that truck and try to land flat, what's going to happen?
You're gonna hit the ground at the same speed that you're traveling
and bust your chops bad.
Right.
Now, if you were to run and jump off of that truck, you would land flat on your feet. I know this because my mother was a science teacher. We practiced it. Like, I never did it, but we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which means what? Hold on. You just proved your own point being inaccurate. Which means what? In order for you just said you have to get up to speed in order to get out onto the ground and not fuck yourself up. Which means if you jump in the air and the planet's moving at 1,000 miles per hour, or better yet, if you're in a plane and the plane goes to land on the landing strip, the plane is in the air. It's not on the planet. It's not on the ground. So if everything's spinning at that fast speed, how can that plane land, right?
Okay. You ready for this info?
What's up?
All right. The Earth's rotational speed varies depending on your location on the surface. The only reason why it would depend on the location on the surface is because the world is round. It's a ball. You know what I'm saying? But I'll continue. At the equator, the Earth is spinning fastest at approximately 1,037 miles per hour. This is because the equator is the widest part of the Earth. And points there have to travel the greatest distance in a single rotation. That's my point about flying a plane. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, as you move towards the poles, the rotational speed decreases. At a latitude of 45 degrees north or south, the speed drops to about 730 miles per hour. At the north and south poles, the speed is effectively zero. What I was saying, as you are simply rotating in place. It is important to remember that you don't feel this immense speed because everything on Earth, including the atmosphere, oceans, and ourselves, is spinning along at the same consistent speed. We only feel changes in speed, acceleration, not constant motion. In addition to its spin, the Earth is also moving, orbiting the sun. The Earth orbits the sun at average speed of about 67,000 miles per hour. Moving with the solar system, our entire solar system is orbiting the center of the Milky Way galaxy at a blazing 447,000 miles per hour. Moving with the Milky Way galaxy itself is moving through space.
Okay, so now Dre would be perfect for this because he's in the Air Force.
Yeah, because he in the Air Force.
Hold on, hear me out. When he is in them planes, when he in them fast ass jets, I think he had to take one when they went to. I think he went to Vegas one time. He said that was his first time. I believe he would have to clarify that. I'm not sure, but I believe, if I recall correctly, was his first time flying one of those fast jets. I forgot the type of jet it is, but the shit, it's go Mach speed, like Mach 2, Mach 3 or some shit. So he was saying how they have to like train, right? They have to put the mask on and they got to train their bodies to be able to withstand those G-forces.
The Mach, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, when they get up to Mach speed, yeah.
Because you'll pass the fuck out. So if the world is spinning at that speed and we can withstand that, you're saying that the world right now, as I sit in this car, I'm spinning on this planet over 1,000 miles per hour. But yet, if I get in a car, plane, or any device, any form of transportation, and I don't even go, if I go over like 200-300 miles, I can feel that shit in my body.
No,
it affects my body.
What I'm saying is, if you were to get on a plane and go a distance, for example, let's say that you're going around the equator, and it already says that it's long, that the equator is wider. So if you were going from South America to Europe, at a medium point, at the same point you would go from North America to Europe, it would take you longer to get from South America to Europe, even if you started at the same point, because you have to cross over the wide equator. Now, let me make sense of how you would get there faster. Now, if you're flying in the direction that the world is turning, you will get there slower. If you're going in the opposite direction of the world, meaning like if the world is turning left and you're going right, you're going to get from point A to point B faster. I rest my case.
I'm done. I can't with you, bro. I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, man, I'm on science side right now, man. I'm fooling with science. Hey, but I'm serious, bro. You got to go to at least go to Alaska.
But hear me out. This is why I say it's all bullshit. Because why do they have the only standing peace treaty is the Alaskan peace treaty, to which they all agree to keep all their citizens of their nation out of fucking Antarctica. Why? What is out there that y'all don't want us to know about or don't want us to see? Explain the ice wall. And why is there an ice wall going around the whole if it's a planet, it's circular?
Because Antarctica is the moon as far as Earth is concerned. And when I say the moon, or Mars, let me say Mars, is Mars as far as the Earth is concerned. It's a lot of stuff down there that has been locked in due to the ice caps. It's a lot of stuff down there that's underground. I've heard of the full self ecosystem that was already there, has waterfalls, its own everything, on animals, all types of stuff down there, man. It's Mars on Earth. That's exactly what Antarctica is. Yep.
But also there's a document y'all can read. What's the other one? I can't think of the name of the document, but the pilot that flew over there was damn, my brain. It's something Bird. I can't think of his first name. But he flew over there. You can read his all this shit is freedom of information. Now you can read all these documents. And he talk about what he saw, you know, what he experienced, all that shit. It's Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd. Look up Admiral Byrd, and that all that information should come up. But that was the name of the pilot.
Hey, look, you got to put this on your list, man. You got to put the South Pole, North Pole on your list, man, and Alaska, and you got to go, man. And then come back and talk to me about the world being flat, because you got to explain that.
Why I got to explain it, and you just Google some shit, just read off some shit on Google.
No, but because I'm a believer.
About spatially sprockets and he said he a believer.
I believe that the world is round. I believe, yes, they went out of space. How you think them satellites is up there, man?
They in the sky, they not in space.
Now, it's so many satellites now. You look up in the sky, you would think that those are stars. Nope, them satellites.
And they also got them on the ground, bro.
I know they got them on the ground, man, but I'm just saying, man, those are satellites, bro.
But they not in space. You can't get out of the firmament, bro.
How when them folks got caught out in what's it called, man? At the space station, man, and Elon Musk had to go get them.
Bruh, but none of that shit is real. That's a stage. It's a studio. Come on, but hey, come on now, Big A. With this AI shit, all right, I'm going to Antarctica. I'm gonna send your ass a video tonight. Man, tonight, man, me in Antarctica.
Man, get on this spaceship, man, and fly down there.
No, I'm about to give you a Steven Spielberg production, because that's what the fuck the moon landing was. Me in Antarctica. I don't want to hear shit. Since you a believer, like Shrek, I'm a believer. Okay, so believe this video. I'm gonna send your ass this afternoon. I'm going to Antarctica. I'm about to call Elon when we get off this live. Let him know, fire the fucking jets up. I need to take a trip to Antarctica. Prove to this nigga Big A and everybody on this goddamn platform that this motherfucker flat. I'm gonna have that video for you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? What's the day? Monday to Tuesday. That's what the live gonna be about. My trip to Antarctica.
Hey, y'all in the chat, man. Hey, I apologize for this, man.
Nah, nigga, don't hold on.
Let me finish, man. Let me finish. I apologize, man, because, like, look, me and Pips ain't never had this conversation before. I was not ready for this, boy.
Look, and the topic was, we do this all the time. The topic was fucking, I don't even remember what the fuck I was.
It was financial freedom, man, and we talking now the world flat.
So about stars and
man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, look, bro. Yes, man. You need to go to Alaska. You got to go to the North Pole, man.
No, look, man, doctor. I'm not saying that space ain't real.
Okay,
space exists, but I'm saying the aspect of them saying they ain't never been out of space. They've never been off this planet through the firmament out in space. Because
the world is flat. The world is flat. Let's say the world is
we in a snow globe. That's best. We in a snow globe.
Yeah, you didn't got Drake cussing. Hey, but look. So let's just say the world is flat, bro, and we'll call it a rectangular flat or just a straight square flat. So is the world spinning flatly? You know what I'm saying?
I just told you, bro. Think about a T, the little T toy, and when you spin it, that's the planet. It is on the axis, but the shit is not no globe. It's not a sphere, a circle.
Yes, it is, man. So you telling me where is the end? So you saying that you could. You saying?
Let me ask you this. So you think NASA is real? You think that's real? All the shit that the images and things that they show you on the spaceship and all that shit's real?
I have been to NASA plenty of times, bro.
Ain't what I asked you. Do you believe that all the shit that they show you on television that you see dealing with NASA, them in space, they show you the astronauts on spaceship, they floating around, all this shit, squirting juice in the air. Do you think that shit is real? They really in space?
Yep. Cause okay, it's
hold on. They just came out with 5G. So you telling me they have a means of communication? They have a Wi-Fi so fucking strong in that spaceship.
They came out with 5G publicly. They got some stuff that's past 5G. We are always 10 years behind, bro.
30 years. 30
years. I give you that. I say 10. You know, I'm being generous, but wishful thinking. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we always behind, bro. But explain to me, SpaceX.
You got to explain to me with SpaceX.
SpaceX. That's the new military branch.
Oh, the Space Force, the Buzz Lightyear.
SpaceX, Elon, Space Force. Oh, my bad, I said SpaceX. Man.
Space Force. Oh yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
And the Starship Troopers and Space Buzz. No, what was it? What's the Galactic? What's it called? What was his agency? Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, I don't know, but
Star Command. Yeah, that was easy. I got it. Headquarters, Star Command.
Nah, man, you got me sitting up here thinking like, you think I believe in Star Wars and
no, Star Wars, bro. We gonna have to have this conversation another time. We gotta have this offline. I'm gonna put you on game. I'm gonna cite my sources. That's why I say I ain't going back and forth. I'm gonna cite my sources. You can read it. You can read it, and you can study it yourself, and then we can talk about it. Because me trying to explain this shit in one live, like you ain't gonna understand what the hell I'm talking about.
Hey, Game Dog, man. So Star Wars is real.
Yeah.
What about Star Trek? What about Star Trek? Then
all that shit. Okay, Big A. Where do you think that you thinking that these motherfuckers that we taught how to wash their ass and how to cook food and gave sewer systems and gave them astrology and science and all the maths and music? We taught them all this shit. You telling me that these motherfuckers have figured out? No, bro. Come on, bro. No.
Okay.
They didn't come up with this shit. Steven Spielberg ain't just creating this shit out of his head. What you think? He takes some LSD and I came up with this movie. I'm gonna call it Star Wars, and I'm gonna have this and that and this person, this character. And no, these are real stories that they took and remade.
Hey, okay. So game performance. All right, I watched. I'm not like a major fan of Star Wars, but I put it on my list and I watched it in chronological order with all the animation and everything. And I see the reality in it as far as, putting it in a real world situation. But we talking about space. We talking about outer space. And you think, okay. So I'm not we was talking about financial management or whatever, but anyway, man, I'm not saying there's no such thing as other beings or other, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Other stuff like out there. But I'm
you talk. Read the chat. Read the chat. See what Game Dog said. Thank you. Game Dog Performance. Thank you.
No.
All this shit is stories from ancient Kemet and Samaria and fucking and beyond that. And fucking these are our old stories, our ancestors, and they take this shit. I told you, Marvel, all Stan Lee did was take old shit, our old stories, and remake this shit. You change the characters around, give them different attributes, different looks and shit, but it's the same shit. It's just the same shit told in a different way.
I know, but look, the world is round. It's not like a basketball round, but it is round. It is round. You cannot drive off. You cannot swim.
It's round, but it's round. So if you're above, like think about when you're in a plane, you don't see you're thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of feet in the air. You don't see a curve. If you that high up in the air, it's no way that if the world is round that you shouldn't see it.
Yeah, man. I've heard pilots say they see the curve. I'm talking about fighter pilots. They'll get up there. They say they see the curve.
I seen a video on YouTube of a guy. He had some telescope, some high powered telescope, and he was on one continent. I forgot what continent he was on. And he said, if the world is round, I shouldn't be able to look out with this telescope and see. I forgot what the other continent was that he was looking at, but he zoomed the motherfucker in, and you can see the shoreline.
It might have been an island and not the continent, man. He might have been.
Even if it was an island, bro, you should not be able to. It should be a curve.
Okay, so I went to was it Spain? It was either Spain or Italy. I was in one of them. We were down at the shore because it might have been the Leaning Tower of Pisa, man. I can't remember. I went there too. You know what I'm saying? But we were on the shore, and they got these telescopes. You put your little change in there or whatnot, and you can look through the telescope, and you can see the tip of Africa. You know what I'm saying? From that telescope, on the edge, right there off of the water, you can see the tip of Africa. Yep.
The Game Dog know his shit. He been studying. Thank you, Game Dog. See, yeah, I hope somebody in the chat knew some of this shit. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I ain't been in all 50 states. I've been around. No,
because Asgard. Okay, Game Dog. Tell him about Asgard. Since you want to talk about Thor, Asgard is really Earth, Gaia. It's really Earth. You got different. You got inner Earth. You got outer Earth. So you go in. The way to get out. See, they trying to go through the firmament. That ain't how you get out. How you get? You got to go in to get out.
But I am saying, bro, we was just talking about practice what you preach. You gotta go. This is a mission now, man. Everybody hear this. This is a mission for you, man. Hey, you have to go to the North Pole. You gotta go. You gotta get to. Man, you gotta go. You got to go, man. You have to go, bro.
It's on the bucket list. It's definitely on the bucket list.
Hey, man, now you, man, I'm about to start flooding. Man, you gonna block me.
It's on the list.
I'm about to see you all types of information, man. Yeah. Man, hold on, man. Game Dog, man. Hey. Come on up here, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Like it's different parts of Earth. You got inner Earth. They got movies about that. They tell us, but we think it's entertainment.
Man, Game Dog, both of y'all, man, I know y'all go gang up and do all your things, man. But I'm telling you, the world is round, bro. Not flat. You can't fall off the world, man. You cannot go to the edge and fall off. You can't. It's plain,
right, but it's other realms, bro.
The Atlantic Ocean and the specific. I said the specific, the Pacific Ocean. Oh well, a
lot of them oceans didn't even exist.
A lot of them oceans ain't exist till recently. I keep telling y'all that. I keep telling y'all that.
Thank you.
I keep telling y'all that shit. I keep telling y'all that.
It was more than one flood. Like it's a whole bunch of shit that, like, bro, they give us a little bit, bro. They don't tell us everything. They can't tell us everything because then they would lose control.
Hey man,
all right, look, no. Look, on some real shit. Big A, look at what my name say. If can't nobody tell me about 4200 BC, it ain't nothing to debate about.
Listen, look. So hold on. Man, Doctor got a point. So explain Santa Claus then.
Oh man, go ahead with that. Hey, go ahead.
Santa Claus is Santa Claus is a creation by the Pepsi Cola Corporation to sell their fucking product. That's what Santa Claus is.
He said Santa Claus.
Nah, man. But I'm telling y'all, man, the world is round, not flat.
Shit.
I understand history is written by the ones who won, and they wrote it the way they wanted to, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that's being hidden and concealed through the Vatican and all different types of places and all of that.
It was concealed. It was everything wide open now, bro.
Yeah, but the world is round.
Hell nah.
Welsh, you're telling me the world is flat?
It's a sphere.
Yes, it is. It is.
That's and not right. That's okay. So when we say
If
when
you
we
put
say
it on the ground, if you were to take it and put it on the ground, could you roll it?
no, the top is flat, the bottom is a sphere.
We in the snow
Let, let,
globe,
let,
bruh.
let me give you a better example. If it was to say, all right, boom, if they said it was to say the way they saying it is, all of them continents and everything that they showed that's on the side of the earth and all that, what them people doing? They walking a different way than we are? They walking upside down?
No.
No, because he said the world's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. So you up and down at the same time because you're spinning so fast that you don't move.
But hold on. If it's spinning, why everything else ain't spinning?
Why? Explain to me why is it consistently cold at the North Pole and the South Pole? Explain me this, por favor.
Well, that has a lot. That has to do with a lot of elements because, again, most people think all of Africa is hot, and it's not. You have cold parts of Africa too that they don't show on TV. So
South
again,
Africa
that's something else.
South Africa and in the mountains, but listen,
I ain't talking about just South Africa. I'm talking about just other little parts of Africa. I ain't talking about South Africa.
Okay, but I'm saying this is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, no matter how y'all place it, no matter how you look at it, the world, okay, is a sphere. I will say it's a sphere. You can take it if you had it on a flat surface. You can take it and roll it across from one side to the other. You cannot.
I wouldn't say that.
So you telling me you can't start?
It ain't funny, Tony. Everybody laughing. They think this.
Listen,
right.
I'm telling you this. You can't get in a plane and fly from North Carolina and get in a plane, land in Europe, fly from Europe. Oh, wait, hold up. Fly from Europe all the way to Asia, to China, far east. Then jump in a plane from China and fly to Alaska. Then from Alaska, fly down to Cali, and then from Cali, fly to North Carolina. You telling me that you can't get in a plane from China and fly? Because if you fly from China, 90% of the time, you're gonna fly across the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fly across the Pacific. But if you were to go west, you would end up in Europe. And if you get to the edge of Europe, you can fly from Europe to New York City. This is the thing. The world is, I'm telling you, it's not flat.
All right, listen. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Now, the last person that said that when we was at a public debate in New York, because I do this shit publicly also. So I'm not gonna be talking publicly and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So now you left a very important part out. Just in case you didn't know, they reversed the maps. North is south, south is north, east is west, west is east. So what you just said, how do you explain that back part?
It doesn't matter about that part. All I know is you can get in a plane and fly from New York to Europe.
It does matter. It does matter, Big A. It does matter, Big A.
It don't matter if you turn the world upside down. You can still get in a plane and fly from North Carolina to Europe, and you can still get in a plane and fly from San Francisco to Asia.
Look, bro. Well, it ain't no point. He think what he think. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's bro. Listen to me again. It's a reason why you have to go to certain places to look at these old maps. Now, listen what he just said. He said about the Pacific Ocean. What was the Pacific Ocean before it became the Pacific Ocean?
Welsh, tell me this. Are you well traveled?
Well traveled, baby. I travel all the time. I done been to all 50 states 10 times over. It's only a few places I have not been, bro. It's only a few places I have not been.
I'm saying that's North America, but are you well traveled in the world?
I done been to South America, bro. Mm-hmm. I got 6 different passports, bro. I've been traveling, bro, since a child.
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm not talking about in America.
Okay, what places have you been?
Bro, I've been a lot of places, bro. Like I done been
I mean,
all parts of the Africa. I done been to
where?
fucking Thailand. I lived in
Where?
Thailand for a little bit. I done been, bro, everywhere, bro. Ecuador, everywhere, bro. I done been everywhere.
Okay, so if you get in a plane and you fly, look, they have a train that runs from China all the way to the UK.
Yeah.
Okay. They did that.
Why you just like a whale?
They wouldn't have to go and pay and go the opposite way through the Pacific. The train runs from from China, all the way through Russia, all the way to the UK. That means that train is going underwater, through the channel to the UK. So they don't have to go the Pacific route. I'm just saying. Just let this sink in, man.
I got grass to cut. Y'all asses on here on some whole. I was trying to goddamn help niggas damn fucking get their finances in order. We up here talking about motherfucking the stars, quasars, and all.
You started it, man. You should have like, listen, man. Certain things you need to keep to yourself. That shouldn't be public, man. You should have kept that to yourself. Man, look, man, the world is a sphere. Thank you, us, for correcting me. I appreciate that correction. Yes, but if you take it and it was on a flat surface, you could roll it from one spot to the other. And just like Shogun said, it will water before they named it. So I mean, it's just there. It was
all right, let me ask you this, Big A. So if it's a ball like a basketball, if it's round,
I'm saying it's a sphere. Like you corrected me, just told me what it was, and you correct. It is a sphere. I was saying it incorrectly. I appreciate that, Welsh. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to get it right, and y'all got it wrong right now. Y'all got it. I'm disappointed in that. I'm disappointed in all y'all. Like I'm disappointed, like sincerely disappointed.
So what make the water waves? What make the water waves?
Man, listen, I can't. I look like the flow of the earth. The flow of the earth. Yeah, all of that. The moon and the sun make the waves. That's a fact. That is a fact.
You said what?
The moon makes the waves. Look it up. Okay.
Let me ask you this.
Public information. It is public information.
So let me ask you this. Why all the people who got outdoor aquariums, why they stuff don't move?
Because it's not enough water.
Come on, bro.
He not folding. Well, he ain't folding, bro. Ain't no point.
The Great Lakes have waves because it's the body of water. I just read that if you had, the more water it is, the more gravity pull that it has. The more gravity pull that it has, the more it is affected by the rotation of the earth. I just spoke it. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Hey. I want Hey yo. So all right. So you what you believe about the megalodon? What you know about that?
What they tell me, but what I do believe is that at one point in time, mammals and all of that were a lot bigger because of the food source. The they
still are. It's just what the reason why I say that. The reason why.
What's up?
A lot of ships. No, I say the reason why I bring it up is because of course, they don't report the most important things, but it's a lot of ships that still go missing in certain parts of the water that most people don't travel.
Because, okay, look, there is flow of the water. There's flow of the water in the whole nine. There's only we can only go so deep in the ocean. The most undiscovered places below our feet in the ocean, in the world. And the reason we can't go go so deep in the ocean is strictly off of gravity, off of the weight of the water. Because once you get to a certain depth, the weight of the water, the gravity, the body of water, meaning you can go deep as you want to. They have a pool. They have a look.
I wasn't talking about depths. I wasn't talking about depths.
Talking about big bodies of water. They have a pool, the biggest pool in the world. That goes. I can't remember. Y'all can look it up. It's public information. Y'all can look it up. You can go down there and they got one with Will Smith jumping in there. You could go to the bottom of that if you had the lung capacity, but you wouldn't be able to come back up. You would need some type of breathing element to get back up, but you can touch the bottom of that pool and not get crushed by the weight. Now you can go the exact same depth in the ocean in a big body of water, and you're not gonna make it up.
Oh, of course. But it's a lot of things with that also. That biggest swimming pool don't have a body of water within a body of water within a body of water. That's the difference.
It's the weight.
No. Hold on. I don't know who else in here was in the Navy or submarine techs, but again, we have a body of water within a body of water within a body of water. Meaning there's certain things in the ocean that the sonar won't even pick up that you can run into and disappear. Mm-hmm. This is stuff that's not talked about unless you have a certain rank in the Navy or you was on a submarine. This is stories that people on submarines know about. I have a partner that's still in the Navy that's going to talk about some shit after he done doing his last little bit of years, after they get him well and he do a little shit. It's some shit that me and him talked about that happened years ago that he cannot talk about publicly. So again, it's certain things. It's a lot with it, bro. It's a lot with it. It's a lot with that shit, bro. Again, though, it's bodies of water within bodies of water. Cause an ocean and you got a lake under the ocean, that should tell you that this shit is a lot more complex than what they trying to explain to you, what they trying to hide from you.
So explain this to me. How does a meteorite hit Earth?
Oh shit, boy! Let me sit down, Big A. Now, see, you distracted me from work, now, Big A. Now I got to get on you. Now, hold on. You said a meteorite, right? Okay, so, do you agree or disagree that it has the fragment? Yes or no? Uh-huh. So the meteor is within the fragment, is what you're saying, right?
Uh-huh. Wait, what? I was reading
So I'm asking you, is the meteors inside of the fragment or is outside of the fragment?
Man, look, I don't know.
Well, no, I want to hear your answer, because when people talk about meteors.
Answer, I'll be guessing. I don't know.
Well, look. We're gonna leave it alone until you do your public information, and then we're gonna touch back on that. But don't forget about this subject about the meteorite. I'm gonna show you something. Because depending on what you're looking at, depending on what you're reading, they'll tell you that the meteorites and comets and all that shit that's leaving all of this damage on the earth, some people say it's fallen angels.
So, okay, but check this out. So, okay, that's something for a whole nother topic, but can y'all explain the 4 seasons? Can you explain to me why the sun and the temperature changes year round. So you saying the sun moves and the earth doesn't?
Oh man, that also go back to the firmament part, because if depending on who you ask that big A, they gonna say, well, such and such, because it's outside of the firmament, so a certain time period it turned cold. Now me, I'm gonna say, because of the I want to use the right words, because of the nature of Earth, I'm gonna say, remember, Earth is a female. Just like when a female has her period, Earth also goes through certain stages to cleanse itself and to bring new life. And I'm gonna just leave it as that. I'm gonna just leave it as that.
Reset.
I'm gonna just leave it as that. Because remember, diseases and growth and all of that, they don't really grow and thrive in the same temperatures. You need cold for certain stuff. You need hot for certain stuff.
Y'all boys know we are live right now, right? Y'all both know we are live. We are live. Man, look, man. Okay. So I just have to say this, man. When did you guys come to the conclusion that the world is flat?
Well, I don't even like putting this type of business out there because I separate all my lives, but I was fortunate enough to have out of body experiences as a child, and I can control it. Like I can astral project. I can really do it. Okay. Certain people say they could do it, but they can't do it. It's only a handful of people that actually know how to do this, because the government even have a remote viewing. They pay people that know how to remote view.
I've seen it from a military perspective. So when I talk about the Earth, I'm talking about it from a different experience that 95% of people not going to be able to experience. Okay, so you're telling me the information that you grab is from an outer body experience. I'm not going to argue with you with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue the information. Yeah, but this over a course of years. This from a child all the way to today. This ain't just overnight. It's not a one-time occurrence. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I'm not going to argue with that because I have to go with the facts and the logic of the situation. I can't tell you about your experience and what you've been through and what you can do. I can't do that. I can go off of pure, science, math, and facts, and then put together my, what I believe to be true. Mr. CEO, partner.
Look, I'm gonna end it with. I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna end all this shit with this. I'm gonna end the whole debate with this. At the end of the day, all information is what's the word I'm looking for? All information is subjective, right? So whether you agree or disagree with any of the information that's being presented on this live, it's all perspective. Now, at one point in history, no one would question whether the world was flat or round. They all understood the world to be flat. Now, hear me out. They all understood the world to be flat. When did it change to where now everyone believes that the world is round? Who came with that information? Who taught you that the world was round? And what proof did they give you that the world was round? Because there's endless it was the people we gave soap to. Hold on, hear me out. It's endless documents and proof that the world is flat. Endless, but you have to go look for it. Why? Because they're not going to show it to you. They're going to hide it. They're going to do anything in their power because it's all narrative. Who controls the narrative? Who controls the media? Why do they want you to believe that the world is round or flat? Either way, why?
Oh boy, you.
It's all the
Hey,
agenda.
but
What's the agenda? Why do you want me to believe that the world is round? Why do you want me to believe that it's flat? Why does it even matter?
dimensions.
See what I'm saying?
Dimensions.
So it's at the end of the day, it's all perspective. We up here arguing about shit that we read in a book that another man wrote that he got information about from another man. So it's just information that's being passed down from generation to generation to generation. So if that information wasn't passed down to you, then you're not going to accept that information. Why? Because the information that was passed down to you contradicts this new information.
And Mr. CEO, look at this though. Look at this. With the contradiction of the information, one thing you can't argue about. They say you can't argue with facts. Now, like you said, who is the person all of a sudden that got everybody thinking the world is round? Well, guess what, Mr. CEO? The same person who got them thinking the earth is round don't realize that majority of the living spaces were not squares like they are in America. That go back to the whole. That's a whole nother conversation, though. That's a whole nother, the whole shaping of the house and the ball of the earth. Both of them conversations go hand in hand because most living quarters before the New World, they were triangles, just like the pyramids were. They were either circle or they were in a triangle. They wasn't in a square box like 99% of houses are built now in America. But that's a subject that a lot of people don't like to talk about because it go hand in hand with the whole earth thing with the subconscious. But that's a whole nother conversation, bro.
I know what you're talking about. I know
exactly. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, but real quick question to both of y'all. If you guys had an opportunity to get on a spaceship from NASA, not Elon, and venture out of space, but at least to break the atmosphere so you can see the curvature of the earth, would you be willing to do that?
No.
I can astro project. I don't need to do that.
I'm not getting on nothing NASA got. No, hell no. And like I said, if I make it back, you better ask me some questions that only I would know to make sure it's really me.
Exactly.
I don't trust.
I'm good on that. My boy mother used to work for NASA, so I'm definitely good on that. She showed us a lot of documents when she retired. That's why I say it's nice. Yeah, certain things is public information, but you have public information and then you have documented, what they call it, classified information that only certain employees and certain divisions can get that you're not gonna see on Google. So that's why a lot of shit I'm not about to argue about because I seen the files on it. Mm-hmm. So that's. I ain't gonna put nobody out there, they names and nothing, but I done seen this shit as far as certain files. That shit is bullshit, brother. That shit is bullshit. And then we could end it on that, but let's not forget the only reason why that rocket could go up and down is because of melanated people. So let's give out credit where it's due.
Okay. Salute to that. I will say this. I guess I'm the dummy in the situation.
No, you ain't no dummy. You ain't no dummy. You just ain't see the right information.
I'm gonna remain the dummy in the situation because the world is a sphere. It's not flat. I believe that. Y'all got me the dummiest dummy. I put the label on it. I'm taking it because man, listen, the world is a sphere versus the world is flat. So y'all heard it here first, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it here first. And I don't know what else to say, man. I really don't. It's a Monday, man. Y'all done messed up.
Well, just Big A, listen. Until what's today? Monday. So yeah, just do some homework on 4200 BC, man. Just do some homework on 4200 BC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yeah.
We'll talk on that.
Mm-hmm. Y'all heard it here first, man. You start with financial freedom and you end up with flat earth. That's just how the game go. You start working on your finances, and the next thing you know, you find out the world is flat.
Hey, long as the trees stand up straight, we good.
Yeah, so in order to get your finances together, the world has to be flat. We're gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it at that. Now check this out, man.
Yo, that is wild, yo.
Yeah, it is, ain't it though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but Big A, but
Let's be real, Big A. Let's be real, Big A. Come on, brother. Come on now, brother. If you notice everything just recently, not before we was born, but all of this stuff recently just changed, bro. Something not right.
Yeah, I agree. I know. I mean, but like, I don't know, man. I got some
4200 BC. 4200 BC.
All right, man. I got you. 4200 BC, man. I'll glance at it or whatnot. But hey, man, we got the Digital Dog Show coming up this weekend, man. Digital Dog Show. And it will be on a sphere Earth. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna add it.
Hey man, next show coming up next, man. Space Force, man.
Space Force it is, man. I'm gonna do my research.
2 o'clock show, man. Space Force, 2 o'clock show.
I got a good source. I have a good source on that one, man. And I ain't saying no names, but y'all, man, y'all.
Yeah, I know about 2 people in the Space Force, so yeah, we could definitely cook on that. They real close kin to me too. We could definitely cook on that.
Nigga said don't go too far. You gonna fall off the edge.
That's what I'm saying, man. You scared, man. Look, bro. First thing, you gotta get your finances straight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get them finances straight, man. But hey, man. What else we got, man? We got the Dog of the Week coming up on Friday, and also on that day, we're gonna do the voting for the Dog of the Month. And we got the best dog channels of this quarter voting on Saturday, which will be on the Digital Dog Show day, man. And other than that, yeah, man. If you ain't a member, come join up here, man. I'm upset with y'all, man. I'm totally disappointed with y'all, man, because y'all left me to the wolves. Ain't nobody come up here and help me. I hear y'all talking in the chat. But these boys talking about the world is flat, and y'all know better than that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know better than that. Oh yeah,
Hey, you can't pass through the Stargate if it's not flat. You got to be able to pass through the Stargate.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I'm done till tomorrow. I'm done.
The Stargate. So the Stargate is real. What's that?
Wait, hold on. Let me. I ain't gonna say too much on that. I just thought about something. But
Mr. CEO, but I'm okay. This is something that's for real. We got to get out of here, but this is something for real though. What was it? The Anunnakis. I heard they could travel. They had like something where it was like 2 or 3 people that could travel from from point A to point B. It's crazy.
I mean, all you gotta do is watch. The truth is in everything, bro. If you pay attention to Dragon Ball Z, if you pay attention to the planet names, if you pay attention to the color of the people, if you pay attention to all that, what we talking about right now with the Stargates, all that shit'll just fall in your lap.
Yeah, man. Hey, Dickie Foster, salute. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, then all things will be added unto you. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man, Doctor, man. Come on, man. Next time, man, help. You know what I'm saying?
On, man, doctor.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But Big A, they still here though. The Stargate still here. When that shit happened on 9/11, I ain't gonna say too much, but I got a family member who was over there surrounding that motherfucker. We had pictures of it.
Yeah.
So certain stuff we can't deny because the shit is still here, but it's a reason why only the Western hemisphere have the news that we have. It's a reason why over there don't allow certain media coverage. So off that note, fellas, 4200 BC. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.
Alright, you heard that, man. Mr. CEO. Hey man, where can they find you at, bro?
Y'all already know, man. Acedoni Worldwide, Pimps Over Simps.
Yeah.
Men at Work. Kenny Live Collections, El Loco Morano. Hey, go follow them all, man. We working, man.
Yeah, man. And when you do be getting on that plane, flying overseas, landing in that.
God damn, come on, hey, let it go, man. Let it go. God damn, he gonna be on that shit for the next 3 days.
I'm done. All right.
Hey, Mr. CEO, why nowadays it take longer to fly to locations than it did back in the day?
True, they changed the flight pattern.
Yeah.
Why they changed the flight pattern?
I'm gonna tell Welsh to let it go. We be on here for another hour.
And I just want to say this: the captain of ships and pilots, they have the strictest and most NDAs than any other people and companies.
Yeah. I ain't no pilot, man. But if I was, I would be coming back telling y'all about the curvature of the earth. Just letting that be known. And on that note, we out. Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman. Ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.